Hello everyone and welcome to a, well, more relaxing evening. The past days we have been kind of working off Resident Evil 9, and honestly I had the personal push to like maybe just wrap it up, but also like it's probably just more sensible to not do that and maybe do it tomorrow or so, who knows. I shouldn't, like, burn myself out on Resident Evil all the time. Even though, almost done with everything, which is really cool. Yeah, so we're back in Battlefield. We have some new stuff to do. There's new weekly missions. Mostly easy stuff. Very easy stuff, actually. It's like basically all weapon types, so SMGs and supports. I think we can just jump in and play and see where it leads us. Obviously into Blackwell Fields. Yeah, next week is I think next week we're gonna have actually the big update with like the night map. Well, night map. It's gonna be it's the underground map and it's gonna be completely dark. We can talk about that in a bit. And so there's gonna be a bunch of new stuff to unlock there. So we'll look forward to that. But last week has been, well, this week started with very funny, I would say, revelations. So where to start, actually? Oh yeah. So probably one of the most fascinating reveals that happened is they updated Portal. So for everyone who doesn't know, it's basically their kind of simplistic but still evolving Godot engine fork map builder. Or at least a map editor, more like, and you can also build your own game modes. It needs some work. Like, one of the big problems it has, for example, is you cannot actually, like, click, oh, hey, I want to have this mode on these maps and just, like, place flags and be done with it. Like, even if someone makes a new map, like Metro or something, they need to actually code Conquest New, which is stupid. So there are templates, so the community already has. The community actually got to do this still, like they have templates for that, but it's still, you know, one of those, why have you done it like that, DICE? And I hopefully that will actually be changed, but you get my point. So the thing I want to talk about though is so they updated Portal, added a few more settings, you know, fun enough. But then also added a setting, quite literally just a toggle that would turn any literally any map in a game even a Battle Royale map and all that, into a snow map. Which is cool. Like, I feel like every time there's talk about, you know, shaders or something, or, you know, new technology in games, you usually just hear, you think about, oh, someone is doing ray tracing again or similar, and not that, you know, you can also use shaders for like very simple things, like for example, the whole you know, the bottle the physics of fluids in bottles of Half-Life Alyx. That's just shader. That's just, you know, something layered on top of the texture of the bottle to look like there is a liquid in there. So you don't even need to have like any, you know, physics going on with that. That's cool. Resident Evil 9 actually uses that as well for the Molotov cocktails and acid bottles, I think. So, yeah, the moment one person figured out how to, you know, cheaply do bottle physics, or, you know, bottle physics, it's smoke and mirrors in the best way. It's just pretending there is a fluid physics going on while there's no fluid physics going on. And that's cool. That's just cool, you know? That's just capital C cool. And yeah, apparently someone at DICE, or probably Ripple Effect for that matter, DICE, Ripple Effect, who knows which studio it was. Actually, if any of the devs is listening to that, I would love to know which studio did it. You know what? I can actually ask. Maybe we'll get an answer during the stream still. Because, again, it is very cool, and I'm very much down for that. Because it's just like, you know, someone who has actually made maps herself, you know, making a snow map before was, oh, you needed to, you know, use snow textures, you know, basically create everything from scratch and work a lot on stuff. Even if you already had, like, level geometry, this was still work, you know? Like, you needed to basically do bespoke textures. But, like, the thing is, if you think about it, in real life, snow is also just something that covers things. It's not something in of itself. So just having basically a method to quickly cover everything, yeah, that's cool. And it definitely had some parts where you could see it's not 100% perfect, but holy shit, this was still really impressive. But yeah.
We need defensive support on the marked objective. Be advised, we no longer control Echo. We've neutralized Delta. Okay, we now control objective Delta.
Well, so High God is dead. Oh god, I just, I just went out to look to actually ask someone a question about the whole shader, and I just like glimpse at my blue sky feed, and like literally at the top it's like, well, it's shutting down in March, and I'm like, I downloaded this game. I uninstalled it a while ago and was like, you know what, maybe. Why? Why do...
Grab what you can.
Here's a personal thing, okay? I do think there is still room in the gaming sphere for multiplayer games. But you need to really know who your audience is, with what, and also how to finance it. Because if you just slap existing models onto existing things and just expect it to work because, you maybe have the name of, oh yeah, but we worked on Titanfall and Apex. Not gonna work. Yeah, basically, yeah, they brought out, it looked like DICE had a really good shader, and honestly, I think that's great, because, again, as someone who also worked on that, the fact I can just toggle and the result is, like, almost perfect, and you maybe need to, if you want to make a full variant, you just need to, like, adjust one or two things. That's impressive, Like, everything just gets dusted with snow, and you maybe need to put up a Christmas tree prop or something. The usual stuff. That is cool. That is really cool technology, and by the way, one of those examples where automation actually works, and oh wow, you don't need a gigantic fuck of data center for that, because it's just shader work, existing technology. You didn't need Gen AI for that bullshit, which would have probably done a better, which probably would have done a worse job, because it's just like, oh yeah, make the map snowy, and then they probably will just hallucinate that some snow is purple or something. You know how it goes. You all know how it goes. It's always the same with these. Okay, but it's also kind of funny considering there was a winter event like last season, and they had exactly one snow map. so interesting.
Objective Delta has been secured by hostiles.
Let's go!
You're leaving the combat area.
Yeah! That fucking truck! Vehicle down! Enemy area! Take the objective! This is it! Take the objective!
We have secured more objectives.
Oh, okay. So we have that one. Okay. Okay, so it was apparently really someone that died. So, yeah, pretty cool thing, actually. So, let's keep going here. Yeah.
We need attack support on the marked objective.
Yeah, it was just kind of an wild thing to see, like, the whole, oh yeah, we can just, like, push a button and there's, like, a snow shade up over every map, and it's like, oh, that's cool. And then, you know, oh yeah, for that winter event, one map. Okay. So, like, you have one map in New York being covered in snow, which apparently it definitely is the snow filter. But not the other one, which probably wouldn't have, like, been a lot of work. So, yeah, I'm confused. I think at least that the Tajikistan maps could have also been covered in snow, because someone uploaded pictures of Liberation Peak, and it looks actually really, really good. So, yeah. It feels like they could have just been like, oh yeah, hey, 4 maps are now in snow because it's winter, and the sea... Like, that would have been such a cool thing to say, yeah, hey, we're now in the winter months, in the winter season, so all the maps that can have snow will be snowy. You know what I mean? It would have been actually... That's actually... Holy shit, that is actually such a cool feature for a multiplayer game, now that I think about it. You see what I mean with there are still options you can do. You just need to know what you're focusing on, what your features are. Because if you're just going to throw something out and like I was confident this will be the next big thing and apparently never got any like additional testers. Like that's the thing. There are quite literally companies or studios and such that literally offer, hey, we can play test your game that we do not know of and just give you a more, you know, balanced review of it, because if you do everything in-house, you might just not get good feedback on your game. Which makes sense, right? Especially with multiplayer games, you should maybe do that. But apparently no one at Hygot did that. They just were like, this is gonna be a thing.
The enemy have secured more objectives. Let's strike back.
But yeah, the game seems actually a lot more stable. Like for the last 2 weeks, maybe it still shows up, who knows. But there was this fun, in the beginning, oops, my hands are gone. And then, you know, it was just the, well, my whole gun is gone. I have to literally play blind. It was shockingly not the biggest problem. Oh, wow. But yeah, they definitely need to rework some things on Black Belt Fields. I feel like there was this idea that those burning oil pipes create visual cover, but just not enough.
Objective marked. Support the attack.
But yeah, I feel like it would actually be kind of an interesting. Okay, here's the thing. It would probably be a very funny gimmick because it's a gimmick, but it would be fun. Because like if you go for the whole, hey, we're making you know, a multiplayer game that is supported over like a longer period of time anyway. If you actually develop like a robust, you know, shader system for snow covering, and maybe and they, by the way, they also have in the, I don't know if they already updated that because they probably need to get the visuals right, but the Frostbite engine has a weather system. It was like one of the big features in that was one of the big features in 1. That's still a thing in 5 to a degree. So it would actually be kind of interesting to have like imagine if you make like slowly a set of maps around the globe, and then you make it so with those settings that you have, that they change according to what season it is right now in the real world. Like, oh hey, it's winter, so all, you know, in winter, all of the maps that are in the more northern or really southern hemispheres and, you know, would experience snowfall would get covered in snow. Maybe with a bit of, you know, like additional work on them. That's obviously a thing. Like, for example, if you have one or two, if you have one map or so set in Japan, like Japan experiences the most snowfall of any place in the world. Period. It's like making a covering of snow is easy, but you would definitely have to sit down and be like, okay, let's just like jam some places just with snow, like literally with thick snow. Which would change the map a little bit, but still, it would be a thing you could do, you know? And, or, you know, if you have something set in Southeast Asia, like, you know, Indonesia, Malaysia, etc., obviously they also have seasons, basically. So when, you know, they're basically normal map is during dry season, and when monsoon season rolls in, well, the map alternates between slight and heavy rainfalls. Would be cool, right? Is this anything? Like, yeah, would it be like the best? Like a major seller? Not really, but it would be something that if you played it, it would just probably add to the game.
Objective Charlie neutralized. We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses. Attention! Objective Charlie is under control.
Oof.
Defensive position is needed on the marked objective. Attention! Hostile attack confirmed on Charlie.
Again, now that I think about it, would anything really change in Southern California? Do places like California even have seasons? Like, I heard there wasn't even like rainfall until like last year, and it scared the shit out of California people. Yeah, apparently it rained in San Francisco, and they were just like, "Oh God, what is this?" Like, I don't know. Rain. Heard about that once. Well, that's at least. Oh, New Sobek City, the map a lot of people hate for some reason. It's fine. Wow. What was that? Someone should clip that. That was, Battlefield moment for the ages. I will not move from my position. That DICE is 2° the Bethesda of multiplayer games. It's just... Like, that's the thing, you know? They always do stuff that, to a degree, other games have already done. Like, they make competent games. Like, there's a reason Battlefield is still a pretty big series, despite what some people keep saying. It's just... and then just it never works as intended, you know? Like it kind of works. Like, oh hey, we have we have now, you know, there's like weekly missions. Okay, sometimes they just don't work as intended. Oh hey, like also already in 2042, we have now an in-game storefront, so we can, you know, the whole free updates, but you know, you can buy some skins. Regularly you have like 1 or 2 bundles that just come in and don't cost anything, and at least they're cool about it. They're like, yeah, we you know, if you grabbed it, you can keep it. We're just okay, good. This is good. This is like generally good, but it's funny that it keeps happening. You know? It just keeps happening. That's the other story I wanted to talk about, because like, so last week there was this collaboration posted, or you know, that came online with 4 skins for each class, where they collaborated with like an actual gear manufacturer for outfits, and you can actually buy those outfits. And you know what? I think that's cool, because I generally think if you know, you have a game where there's like clothing or outfits, etc. I do think enough games drop the ball on just being like their merch is, you know, either not shit you can buy in real life, even if it would be a bit more expensive, because it's like I'm gonna be honest with you here. If you tell me, okay, I could get either I could get like the mantle from like Nero from Devil May Cry, accurately with good quality, but I need to pay like $100. I'd think about that, truly, because you know, maybe I want the mantle anyway, and I would definitely take something that is stylish. Now, but then people are like, oh, I guess these people just don't have money or so, so the only thing we get at best is, here's a crappy shirt with a logo printed on it. That's cheaper. And I'm like, I hate this. Like, I don't want to have a shirt with the thing I like on it. I want to have the thing I like. It's just... Huh? So generally the whole, hey, we collaborate with like an actual brand that makes outfits like these, like that people would wear in the game, and just make like a line of them that you can have. Cool. Was it expensive? Yeah, because it's like either you buy them and you just get you actually buy them in real life and you get the skin, and those are like a few hundred, but that's a thing. You would still get clothes, you know, you'd still get something physical there. Well, I think that was like you can get a bundle and it costs you, I don't know where it is, like I can look it up. So the thing is, this morning update goes live. Everyone is like, hey, this update is pretty good, like the game runs smoother again, cool features in Portal. Wait, so it turns out there are actually assignments in the game to unlock those skins. They've accidentally been set live because probably they're supposed to go live in a later season. It's like, you know, there's a time where it's like people who get the collab and shit, they have the skins, that's that, and sometime later everyone can grab it. They did that before, so it's not that surprising. Like, quite literally, they had a thing, they had this before, so like it's good, you know. That's what, like, one of those.
Stalemate and the objective is ours.
Yeah, okay, make everything accessible to everyone. I'm very much fine with that. The irony is just, okay, some have the skins now because they deactivated again, which is not surprising, but also, who's going to buy the bundle now? We all know it's going to be free anyway. This is just one of those, you really cannot figure this shit out to a degree, you know?
Be advised, Delta's under attack. Been lost. All squads, heavy armored vehicles are ready for deployment. On held objectives, they're about to take ground. Mission position needed on the last objective. Be advised, objective Charlie has been lost. Hostile forces have taken ground. Golf is gone. Fight for all remaining objectives. Echo is underway. Hold positions. We need to recover ground.
Losing contact!
kind of wild how much we currently get overrun.
Enemy forces have taken territory. Foxtrot is off the map. Engage all remaining objectives. Attack support needed on the marked objective. We are attacking objective Delta. Push, push, push! Hold on. Labs are ready for deployment.
Spotted enemy vet!
We need to rally defense on the marked objective.
Enemy tank spotted!
You need to get home. Return to combat.
This is not going so well this round.
Launched on Delta.
Yeah, I do hope that at least roughly next week. I mean, next week there's gonna be the big underground map. So very much hoping I have the new gadget until then, because we're gonna play a lot of Recon then. Because if you give me something that can destroy gadgets through walls safely, I will spam that thing. Go. Just needed to get rid of some.
I've got an enemy tank!
Heavy armor cleared for combat. Support on the marked objective.
That was not good. I'm also very much looking forward to the new handgun, because nothing better than having a fully automatic SMG in your hand as a secondary. It is interesting though how they had last game the same idea with a Keltec gun, and this time they're just like, nah, how about like old I think Czech SMG, and it's like, I like your appreciation for the classics. I just wonder if you're gonna have more of those, because I kind of think you could. And there's at least one person I know who keeps hammering on about the Mac 10. Wouldn't fucking mind, actually. I genuinely would not mind having the Mac 10 as a sidearm. Sounds fun, actually. Like, is it old? True. But like, that's the thing. If you make a setting, I do think, and you want to have relatively realistic guns, you should always have an avenue of being like, oh, and there's a reason why they still use some old guns. I mean, the reason is war. Like, the thing is just, let me be clear here. Even if there's there are two. Okay, you know what? Let me put it like this: there are 3 types of guns in the world. Okay. There are they're basically current ones, and then there are like the older ones, and then there's the, well, really high-tech ones. And here's the thing: a lot of stuff we see in video games, okay, that's almost exclusively the high quality stuff, and that isn't bad. But here's the thing: if you look at any but as a very obvious it's not really obvious, but like, there's a very obvious thing that all those gun categories also have 2 subcategories, and those are even more important, because there are the inexpensive, reliable ones and the no. So here's the thing: the no category is actually being still produced and used, because there are moments where you can say, yes, a gun from that category is not bad, period. But, and this is, now we have like the very big butt rolling in again. That's just a thing I do when I enter the room. Sorry, I couldn't even keep a straight face with that. Okay, so the thing about guns is, there is a reason why you keep seeing AKs everywhere. Because no matter which one you pick, okay? Like, there's an high caliber, there's an intermediate caliber. There are a lot of AK variants in the world. Crucially though, AKs are reliable and interchangeable and cheap. If you fight a war, you do not care how, like, if the gun isn't ass, like, period. If the gun isn't ass, and it's relatively cheap to produce, there are lots of spare parts and lots of ammunition available, you will use that gun, okay? And that is why in the Ukraine war, you will still see a lot of AKs just flying around, even though, but other games that give you mostly non-high guns, not, I mean, also Hydron, the games that give you mostly no and high guns, honestly, ironically, a lot of shooters. Here's the thing, I would say, for example, if we look at the gun selection here, okay? I would say we see a lot of weird, like, okay, these are kinds of, like, this is 545, which is interesting for an AK, but still. The thing is, if you look into, like, most guns here, you have, for example, the M4. One of the reasons you will see M4 pop up so much in Ukraine is, oh, you want to switch over to the NATO caliber, because that's your main supplier now. Okay, what are the cheapest options you can think of? The answer is the fucking AR platform. Because the AR platform is very simple to build, so much manufactured, and it's everywhere. There's a reason the US Army is still not, couldn't replace the M4. Similarly, you know, okay, this one is a higher caliber variant, but basically HK416, also, it is a bit more expensive, but also a lot produced, very reliable, high quality, etc., etc., etc. The thing is, then you look at something like this thing, which has its own new cartridge. It's kind of complicated. It has a lot of upsides, but you see the you know, the new M5, as it's called, or like, you know, the 6 Spear, a lot of times now, because everyone's like, oh, this is the cool new gun. But like, there's an argument to be made that the 6 Spear will probably never really see combat, because again, the moment you need to think about mass logistics, aka war, the M4 is right here. But like, a lot of sci-fi games, I'd say, do that. Like, I do think you should have some, like, exotic guns in your game. Those are always funny, you know? Always. Like, there's a reason the ACR is just, like, a thing to this day. Because people just like it. But, like, there's also a reason the ACR was never adopted. You know? There's a good reason. Because in the end, you just kind of have a better, you have just a better AR-15 with some higher manufacturing costs. I mean, yeah, that's the one. By the way, one of the reasons why all of the why so many countries now switch to the M416. By the way, because even though the M416 is a more expensive gun to manufacture, for most countries it's not that much more expensive, and also making their own in-country solutions, ironically, is worse than just adapting something. Like, that's the economy of scale, you know? Like, the HK416 is, first of all, reliable, so you want guns that are easy to handle, reliable, and have a lot of spare parts. That's why, again, the AR platform has become so widespread. That's why the AK platform has become so widespread. To the point that even offshoots that are their own guns are basically offshoots of those platforms to a degree. Like, for example, the QBZ line from China obviously is to a degree is in large parts still just an AK, even though it's a bullpup. I think there are some, like, definitely unique ones. Because, like, Heckler and Koch just kind of still did their own thing and then got proven so right that, you know, again, the HK416 is just, like, taking over. But yeah, the games that mostly use... Ironically, most games, I would say. It's kind of hard to tell nowadays because, let me put it like this. If you look at Call of Duty, for example, post, would even say MW19, because of some regulation changes, and even now this is the case, they just, how should I put it in the best way? There was always the thing of, you know, just naming a gun differently. It was always a thing. But then to just avoid, like, lawsuits that are still kind of hovering over them, there's a reason publishers avoid that, because well, pictures are very fucking weird. Like, listen, the best marketing you can have for guns or, you know, military vehicles, etc., is just them being in a video game, okay? But two companies basically killed that for everyone. Oh yeah. By the way, which MP should we use? Agonia likes the Vector, so I guess we do the Vector again. Vector's like such a perfect example, because it's probably one of the few guns that usually never gets changed because, well, I think it was Caltech that made it. Caltech knows that their weird shit is getting exposure through video games, even if not many people actually buy them.
Hostiles now hold more objectives.
But, yeah, I would actually like a game that mostly lines up with, has, like, at least the starting lineup is 99.9% literally just good old reliable ones, but, like, in a sensible way, you know? Like, that you maybe have, like, 2/3 factions and they all have, like, an arsenal of mostly, you know, guns that are numerous and, like, are reliable, and yeah, that's actually something I would like to see one day. Because it would be funny. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get to the fact that it's kind of funny how many games are just have like a lot of guns that are just not make a lot of sense in war, you know? I mean, in that regard, I still hope they add the AK-47 in this game, but like with a with the clamp on the side and all of that. Yeah, you should maybe do the barrel change and all that, but like, I do want the wooden grip. I want the wood. I want like an old AK, you know, the classic, the reliable one. Hey, the funniest bit is really that the AK was designed, and then someone in you know, in USA, some people were like, hey, think it was Aimpoint that started. Aimpoint started it, yeah. Aimpoint was like, hey, look, we can make optics for guns, so you don't need to use iron sights. And then SEAL Team 6, I think, used them mainly. And everyone was like, holy fucking shit. Optics. By the way, what do... Oh yeah, now we have to transport... Oh! They really changed the attack helicopter down to a light one. That actually helps a lot with this map, in my opinion. The attack helicopter was a bit too much. So it was a replacement, not addition. But then again, old optics were very hilarious, actually, because, well, again, most guns were not designed to actually have optics. And so they had to find ways to actually get that stuff working on guns, you know? And it's a specific problem if we talk about the AR series, because remember, they came with a carry handle, which, you know, this was one of those nice features. If you think of, oh yeah, we basically only have like iron sights. Soldiers carry their guns around, so yeah, carrying handle, good idea. And true, problem is then someone finds out, hey, iron sights suck, we can do better. And yeah.
Charlie has been neutralized. Our troops have secured more objectives.
Oh well. I wanted to look some up, but we're here to also play to a degree. But yeah, some of those old things like straight up look cursed. There's the thing is, the moment people realized, oh shit, like the moment Picatinny rails were like a thing, the reason everyone adopted them, because they realized, wait, having iron sights is one thing. Having just a place on the gun to put everything, way better.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
And yeah, that's what brings us to today. Everyone and their mom uses Picatinny rails because, hell, even when the Soviets realized, oh, you can just kind of clamp things on the side, they just started being like, but what if we just clamp a Picatinny rail onto our guns? And then we can just slap everything onto it. Because, again, the AK, good gun, there's a reason the AK-12 was actually designed, like, with a rail system on top. That's why the original, the AK-12 had, like, this actually really cool boxy design, and I hate it's gone, but also the AK-12 is shit gun anyway, so... that gun has so many problems. It's kind of funny how, here's the thing about late Soviet era modern Russian arms development. It kind of sucks.
Stay with me.
It to the outside it looks better than it is. And let me tell you, this isn't this is just something where I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just do an extra bonus round on that, because I would say, if you could say that the, and I know I will get flagged for some people, but just for quote-unquote ease's sake, the in big air quotes, communist nations gun development has basically like 3 different categories. There's the ones with fake it till you make it, the fake it, and lol LMAO ones. And we can get over them, because the first one is fake it till you make it. That's China. So here's the thing about Chinese guns. They're fine. Now, this doesn't mean like they're, great, because like, let's just be real here. They, to a degree, just looked at existing good things and kept working with that to a certain degree. And that's just kind of the whole thing, you know? They look at what is working already and then just make a solid version of that. That's the Chinese way, you know? Basically, they're like, they got AKs, they kind of started making their own AKs. Then they mainly made SKSs where everyone is like, they're good. I think China became the main manufacturer of SKS rifles. So the first like assault rifle they developed themselves, the QBZ 85, Type 85. That one is actually more SKS than AK. And you know what? It's from everyone that shot it, it's like the perfect definition of mid. It's not bad. It's nothing remarkable either. It just does the job and is a bullpup. And now the newest one is basically, it kinda does the job better. It's definitely more nicer to shoot. It's nothing outstanding, because like, the sad part is the 3 best types of guns have already been developed in the AR-15 platform, the AK-40 AK platform, and sorry, everything fucking Hecklon Koch does with their delayed blowback systems. Those are the 3 ones. You either do one of those, or just like, just don't. I mean, even FN and, you know, France, Belgium. France had the FAMAS. The FAMAS was not a bad gun. The problem is just the same thing I said before. It was a bit more complex to make, a bit harder to maintain. There was not a lot produced, so it was just more expensive to operate. And then they just were like, fuck it, we're just buying HK416s. And that's France. But yeah, that's, again, Chinese ones. The Chinese produce completely solid guns. Norinco is basically the, let's look at what everyone else did and just kinda do the same thing. And it works. It is funny though how they kinda get in games the role as, you know, one of the new quality guns, and it's just like, listen, Norito's just kind of making basically the AR AK right now, and that's fine, but like, come on, everyone. It's a new shiny one, I know, but it's so funny that we keep putting that one up. Then is the fake it category. That's Russia. So the thing about Russian arms, especially modern ones, they suck. And they have sucked for a while. Like,
Our control of Bravo has been lost. Objective Charlie is under hostile attack.
see, basically, this all started already in the 80s,
We no longer control Charlie.
roughly around the 80s and such, because there was a certain development in arms manufacturing, because a lot of special forces, especially Western special forces, started using those things called, well, unless those SMGs, because, you know, well, Heckler and Koch made the MP5, and it turns out if you have special forces, well, those things were really good. So if you then look at, if you then go to the Russian Spetsnaz, they're like, we still have our normal old Kalashnikovs. We kind of would like to have like a reliable compact gun, so you know that they could use them in like indoor fighting, etc. Nothing too crazy, right? So here's the thing. If you want to make such a gun, you would need to, well, you basically need to develop that to a degree from scratch if you don't already have one. And the Russians didn't really have one, but they also kind of wanted to be pretty cheap about it.
I got eyes on enemy tank!
So, what basically happened is, they kind of just looked at the AK-74 and were like, Ivan, what if AK Bochota? So that's where the AK-74U happened. The thing is, in most video games, it gets placed in the SMG category, but it's actually a carbine. Because it still fires intermediate cartridges. So here's a fun thing about guns. Guns are mechanical devices. I know, shocking. But here's the crucial thing. They're basically all running on, well, there is an explosion, gas expands and pushes out the bullet. Then you catch a bit of that gas that blows back the bolt somehow, and then that bolt cycles another cartridge in, that explodes again, pushes, that's how it works. So a crucial thing is, these systems need to be really, really fine-tuned. That's why, you know, if you want to have short barrel guns, you use pistol calibers. Because pistol calibers are still good, but a 9mm gun, like, for example, the Vector, is still having, there's less power in the cartridge than in an intermediate cartridge or, you know, a full power one. So if you actually want to have a reliable cycling, if you want to have that and, you know, not many problems, you know, that's why you want with higher calibers, you usually want to have things with longer barrels, so the gas disperses in a more reliable way. So if you then go and just like quite literally just shorten a fucking AK's barrel, the thing that happens is you create a monster that just doesn't cycle well, has absolute shit accuracy, kicks like hell, and it's just dumb. It's just so dumb. And that's the AK-74U. It was so bad that the special forces that got them just like picked up old guns from the ground from fallen enemies because they were more reliable. And you'd think, by the way, they would learn from that. No. See,
Airspace is clear. Pilots are free to engage. We've taken Delta.
AK-12. So basically, Russia was like... So basically, under Putin, there was this thing in Russia that they were like, hey, let's actually modernize all the old equipment we have from the Soviets. Like, make new versions of them. Or at least pretend to, because the T-90 is literally fake. The T-14 Armata is like... Okay, so the T-14 Armata at least existed, but it literally caught fire while being on a parade. Driving on flat ground. I'm not making this up, that literally fucking happened. And if you're wondering, it's because they made basically a variant of the Porsche Tiger motor, which was known to catch fire. Outstanding! You know, on top of just weird design decisions like, oh look, we have the hatches close automatically and hermetically seal the soldiers inside the tank, and everyone's like, why? Like, oh, because if you no. I mean, you know, that's you know, on top of a tank that still has the god awful autoloader, which they still hold up as, look how much we look, we use an autoloader, which the filthy Westerners don't do. We are in the future, they aren't, and the autoloader literally kills people. It's so funny. Yeah, AK-12. Looked nice, had some interesting features actually. Like, for example, there's like a canted, on the magazine, there's basically a flattened part that where's the idea that you can kind of, you know, can put it on the ground and use it as a stabilizer, like an improvised bipod. And honestly, that's a neat idea because, you know, guns are heavy. You want to put them down somewhere to be more stable, and that's it. That's basically it. Oh, it has picky daddy rails. So, let's just talk about the shit that the AK-12 does. That. Okay, so it still has, you know, the fire selector on the side like the old AKs. It just goes so far down that it actually interferes with the firing mechanism. That's somehow a thing. It also just is prone to failure because guess what? They made the barrel shorter. It's not as bad as the AK-74U, but Lol. Lol LMAO indeed. What the fuck was that? There's just like problems with loading. There's just like problems with the parts. And you know what the funniest bit about it is? The thing of any gun, and I'm just pointing this out. If you look at any of these guns, you will see they all have something around the barrel. Because you do want to be able to grip the barrel. This is, you know, tech stances. Why, by the way, a lot of soldiers now, like, there's like long barrels because you can just literally grab the gun in front and hold it like that, like with your left hand or right hand. And it just makes just shooting while standing much more reliable. So yeah, as you can see, basically all of the guns have basically something that is a hand guard to guard the hand from heat. So it heats up on the AK-12.
Thank you.
That's right. The AK-12 is technically a gun that shoots somehow, in some fashion. It also heats up the handguard and makes it uncomfortable to hold. Amazing. I don't know what to say here.
The enemy's taking Delta.
But that's the Russian part, you know? Now we have the last one, the LOL LMAO section. May I present to you, let me just open them really quickly, and it's... May I present to you the one, the only helical drum magazines for AKs from North Korea. Oh yeah, they're showing them around. It's kind of impressive. Like, you need to, like, imagine this. You have like, you have an AK, and it's like the biggest magazine you can slap on an AK. So just so you know, if you're thinking, wow, so North Korea had their own gun development and they developed like really big magazines for AKs. Yeah, they're fake. They're fucking fake. People look into it and there is quite literally, like, from the stuff we know, there's no sign that there was ever like any serious development of them. They always show up in propaganda pictures, and even then, why would you create helical mags for guns? Granted, it would be very funny to put them in a game, but they're fucking fake. Like, North Korea just straight up started being like, look at our new guns, and it's like, those are fake! There are no bullets in there. You're just pretending to have helical mags. Would it also be very heavy? That would be, and what would the recoil be? Okay, here's the thing. First off, yeah, it would be incredibly heavy. Like, if you had a helical mag like that, I would genuinely say you'd rather use it in some form of LMG setup or so. Recoil, honestly, in that configuration, probably not even that bad, considering, you need to keep in mind, the thing about recoil is, One of the ways to dampen recoil is quite literally just make the front more heavy. So in that regard, they would probably pull it down, but it would not be good to shoot. It's not good to hold. It's just, again, the thing is, they're a bad idea. But it's so funny how just North Korea is just like, look what we built, and North Korea is kind of a joke. Like, here's the thing, okay? There are a lot of countries in the world that, due to, well, conflict with the USA and other bullshit, got isolated. And their only lifeline was basically Russia and China connections. But like, nearly all of those countries still manage to do things, you know? Like, Cuba, for example. They still have, like, an absolutely leading medicine team. They have pioneered so many, like, just recently, and I think this is something we should actually look into in the West as well. They basically pioneered mass sterilization of syringes. So you could actually reuse syringes because they have a syringe problem. So it's a thing. Now, for example, also sadly in focus, Iran also managed to build a lot. They have an active weapons development program. They were kind of the first people to invest into drones, etc. We can, the thing is, we can talk about those in detail all day long, but the thing is, they made stuff. North Korea is just like, listen, the North Korean arms development is basically, they got shit from Russia and a bit from China. Then they tried making their own thing. It fails horribly. They just ignore it. And I'm not even joking about that. So, okay, so aside from the helical mags, which are dumb, they're just, again, it's just so obviously fake, and just to be like, look how much, what we did. Like, it's basically a child posturing with their idea of being cool. So North Korea actually wanted to develop their own warship at some point, okay? And they built it. Like, it was, from what I know, an offshoot of, like, I think the Russian one, but anyway, North Korea built their own warship. It wasn't a big one, it was probably a cruiser. I think it was a cruiser. Need to check again. Anyway, the thing is, they built it. Problem is, North Korea just has this. They basically only have 2 dry docks in the country, okay? And one is, the other one is, so you chose the, one to build the ship. And the thing is about dry docks that you need to keep in mind. The classic idea of a dry dock is you build a ship and then you just let it into the water with chains, to the side, the floating thing, and you have a ship. This is like how everyone did it because it was just the cheapest way to build dry docks, and if you operate them correctly, not really a problem. And the thing is, the USA basically built a whole fucking fleet based on that during World War II and One, and they did it without problems. They built like literal battleships there. But the thing is, to make it safer, the best dry dock you can have is one that where you pump out water. You pump out water, then you build the ship, and then you just let water flow back in and pull the ship out. Obviously. Again, they didn't have that in North Korea. So they did it with the old one. So the ship was ready, everyone was happy. They made a big ceremony of like, look, we're having our first built warship. And then they wanted to let it into the water. And this was, by the way, recorded. Like, there's fucking footage of it. It still got out. One of the chains malfunctioned. So the ship tumbles badly into the water, has a hole in the side, and it's effectively lost. And here's the thing. You have now a bunch of things you could do. You could just scrap it and build a new one. You could also try pulling it out again and repair it and then do it again. Or you just put a big blue tape over it and then tell everyone, what you see on those satellite pictures, that's not blue tape, that is the water of the dock you're seeing. It went super well, the boat is out, and it's definitely doing its job. Yeah, they just put tape over it, blue tape over it, and just let it there. It's still there. They just failed building one. They didn't fail building the ship. They failed letting one ship go to water instead of just owning up to it. They just put like. They just put something over it and we're like, it didn't happen. And that's why I say North Korea is kind of lol LMAO. On the other hand, if you go to Pyongyang, you're going to drive the Berlin metro, so it's also still a very funny thing. It's, by the way, not a joke. In the mid-90s, end of 90s, Berlin was basically they basically were upgrading their U-Bahns, so like subway cars. And the thing is, they were just like, well, we now have a lot of old subway cars that maybe would go into the they would just scrap. And then, you know, quite literally North Korea was like, hey, we kind of need new and reliable subway cars for our a metro system that we have, and you know, climate change is bad, and we would definitely like to have some good electric ones. And so Berliner Verkehrsgesellschaften just went like, I guess, and sold a bunch of old Berlin metro cars to Pyongyang. They got shipped over, they got repainted, and yep, if you were ever in Berlin and for some reason went to Pyongyang, you'd take this. You would drive basically the same carriages, which is funny.
attack. Objective Charlie has been lost.
I'm still amazed about, I got, by the way. Like, they just mismanaged this game so fucking hard. What the fuck? So apparently they're now having a final update with skill trees. Why are you just adding skill trees randomly to the game?
Because it wasn't finished.
I just don't know anymore what to talk about, Heiger. Like, it's just... There's so much we can talk about, yeah, outrage farmers and such. Definitely did complete bullshit there, but, like, there is an astounding amount of mismanagement in this game. Where am I, by the way? What happened here? Help! I got swallowed by the void. Release me from this prison! At once! Ah! Agonia, help! Can you fix me?
Sure.
Do your fixing spell. Now, please. Eldritch Princess Man. Ow! I'm back. Wow, it worked. Everyone say thank you, Agonia, for releasing me from this Eldritch prison. I just get put there from time to time to think about what I have done. Yeah, it's just... What? How the fuck,
Be advised, move to attack the marked objective. We've taken objective Alpha.
Yeah, it's kind of insane because, like, I feel the whole, oh, we have now an account progression and skill trees and such feels more like they just kind of hacked that together in, like, a final attempt. And it's like, you just don't do that. Like... It feels a bit like, you know, with Payday 3, where we're like, oh, we're reworking how the skills work, which I guess... I know people were like, Skills 1.0 had... I don't think Skills 1.0 was a good system directly, but as many can point out, there was some coherency there. The problem is just like... A bunch of skills were just like... Two skills were basically too good. Period. That was it. But then, you know, Skills 2.0 just kind of killed any coherency and overlap, and it felt very just farted out.
Alright, we're taking back objective control.
Damn, I have a tank. Whee! Whee! Run, enemies! Run! Oh. Where's someone? Even have.
We're attacking objective Echo. Echo has been neutralized. We're attacking objective Alpha. Be advised, enemy forces have the upper hand. Let's regroup.
God, and apparently people are too fucking stupid to understand what slop means. You know what? I feel like, especially in the gaming sphere, YouTubers and gaming magazines should just be way more, I mean, way more encouraged to just tell people, especially young people, and especially people on Reddit, that they're fucking stupid. I mean, generally, I think we need to be more. I feel like there's a very weird trend in coddling the loudest and most obnoxious and dumbest voices on the internet, and it's destructive. It's just quite literally destructive at this point, because so apparently some people dislike the UI in Marathon, and then they call it font slop, and it's like, that's not what slop means. It's not. You dumb fucks. That's not what slop means. I mean, the thing is, you know what's fucking font slop? Every Assassin's Creed game, because they all do the same UI. So many games do the same UI. Oh, the one for Marathon is just weird and off, and you cannot like it. I also found it a bit harsh on the eyes. That's fair, but that's not what slop means. And again, we need to have more people that openly call these people dumb.
Enemy attack confirmed at Charlie.
Ignorant is more accurate.
Okay, you know what? Ignorant is one thing, like, because ignorance breeds that, but these people are also just like dumb in the sense that they cannot even figure out from how it was used, from the very simple usage, what slop means. That's dumb. That is just genuinely being dumb, you know? Because it's... yeah. Why did the word slop get used? Because Gen AI was pushed, And oh boy, the thing is, it was becoming all the same. That's why it was called slop, because it was samey. That's what the word slop means. An unidentifiable gray mass.
Enemies are attacking objective Bravo.
But again, some people just think slop is now just a new word for the thing I don't like. And like, no, sorry, if you cannot figure out what slop means from the simple usage of the word, you are kind of dumb, and people should call you dumb. Like,
We need defensive support on the marked objective.
Be advised, we no longer control objective Bravo.
We begun our
I
assault.
feel like at this point,
Bravo's under enemy control.
I feel like at this point, people also just, to a degree, completely,
We no longer control objective Delta.
you know, didn't know why people gatekept things. Because that is also a word that nowadays just means, it means fucking nothing. It's basically just like, oh, you're a gatekeeper. And then it's like, you know, basically just tell you, anyone who wants to shut up. Because, like, the thing about gatekeeping is, there is a reason why you do it to a degree. Because, like, if any fucking schmuck can come in and just start talking about, like, you know, a gaming franchise or anything, you know, without any experience, with authority, they're going to kill any serious discussion about it. Same is if you don't weed out people on, you know, discourse, like, you know, how words are used. You will just let the worst people alive decide how language is being used, and as we can see it in front of our eyes, badly. It's just getting destroyed, you know, by people who just don't fucking care. And probably just, at least, at best, just have a, you know, a feedback mechanism of, oh, people get angry at this and I get more money from that. And that's that's how far they think.
Objective Delta has been
That's, you know, that's where we're at. We're at the point where and this doesn't mean, you know, oh, not to let anyone enjoy things. It's like, listen, everyone can play every game they want. Everyone should get into every hobby they want. But we need to acknowledge that on a certain fucking level,
All right, we've secured Echo.
we should just maybe just graduate the value of what someone says by just how much experience they have, or just quite literally how they talk about it. Because nothing. I don't know where I want to even go with this. It's just like, fucking hell, we need to weed out a bunch of people, I'd say, in the online discourse sphere.
You're basically saying a certain form of not letting people talk without, like, checking them,
Yeah.
like what they say, will lead to Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Look, here's my opinion on how you should play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I'm not even playing for a year by now, but I'm just making videos now, and I have a big audience because I'm doing cosplay. This is definitely how it works, right? I'm just like, no, it's not. Anyway,
The old people are gatekeeping and role-playing by playing a warlock with 8 charisma.
that's not how role-playing works.
Yes, she's uncharismatic. Okay.
Oh yeah, if you're someone who thinks tanking stats deliberately is good roleplay, no. No.
We're targeting objective Delta.
If you don't have, if you don't make like a joke built in the sense that you go for different setups that have some upsides, yeah, they have, you know, unique upsides in what they do. No, you're just kind of an asshole, by the way, in your group.
Hit back and take control.
Objective Charlie neutralized. Okay, objective Delta is under our control.
Like,
Objective marked. We need you supporting the attack. Be advised, hostiles are assaulting Echo.
like, what are we doing here? It's the whole, let's just have a little bit more, I don't know. Just have some more standards again, you know? A little bit. I know they got killed by a fascist taking over one of the largest social media websites, but hey, I guess there are still people who stay on that. And can I just point out that especially this gaming discourse and like gaming political discourse has just fallen off a fucking cliff since that, and specifically with people that are still on Twitter. I'm going to be very honest here. There's a lot you can talk about that, and like, hell, there's now been a whole fucking Last Week Tonight episode about Twitter. But let's just keep in mind that I just also acknowledge for a fact that that people who are on Twitter got genuinely worse at their job. Like, I don't know. It's like, I see like gaming magazines just like post the most in like, basically there are just two types of posts nowadays. People just copy paste Reddit and, you know, with no pushback, as if this is like any serious indication of anything. Like, no, it's Reddit.
Still control more objectives. Let's regroup.
At best, make fun of it.
Our attack on Echo is underway.
Or you have just like, is Half-Life 3 is definitely coming soon, and then bullshit from Reddit.
Echo has been neutralized.
Like, one of the funniest bits, like, you know, the internet has gotten like way more radicalized in the most stupid way possible anyway, because there's so much that just you can see is wrong, like, by thinking, but then you just get like clear denial that it's, you know, you get like a clear sign that you're wrong, and people still refuse to just accept it. Like, oh hey, Half-Life 3 is definitely a thing because look, the amount of pizzas ordered in the region in the town is going up from Domino's, and it's clear that they're having a crunch night, which is, first of all, crunch nights are bad, and I don't think Valve is doing that anymore, but it's a different topic. And it's so fucking funny because, so a while ago I started following Chad Falishek, like, the guy who basically helped make Left 4 Dead and such. At Valve, and he talked about that and how it's stupid, because here's the thing. Even back then, when he was working at Valve, they had catering. Game studios have catering contracts. There are companies that are literally making food for them, or, you know, on the on short notice can also supply food, you know, in the evening. That's just a thing in game studios. But no, Valve clearly just buys a lot of Domino's because that's an anecdote people heard from the Pentagon, and Valve clearly works like the Pentagon. So dumb. It's like, why would you order Domino's? Like, I think when it comes to those fast food pizza chains, I think I've eaten Pizza Hut once in my life. And I think it made me throw up. I think there was something that happened there. I don't know if that is the case, because quite frankly, I've never had Pizza Hut again for 2 decades almost, I would say. So I cannot tell you if Pizza Hut just makes me throw up, but I think I never had Domino's either. So I don't know if Domino's would be even something I'd consider good pizza. And this isn't like, by the way, not, you know, oh hey, I just, if I'm a pizza snob or something. No, I had a lot of pizzas in my life. Like, I had cheaper pizzas. Like, there are, yeah, the thing is, there was never really a Pizza Hut where I grew up. There were just, like, a lot of Italian like, especially just pizzerias in the region where I was. So I think they just never caught on. I think I went to one near, Kaiserslautern, because, you know, Rammstein Air Base, so obviously they have a few more there. And I'm pretty sure I've been to a Wendy's at some point. They had a short run here, I think. But this is just something I very faintly remember. I was, like, so young. No, I cannot remember. I just roll and then shoot them. That was kind of cool. But yeah, the thing is, I think I had like Pizza Hut one time, and yeah, Domino's never. I think there are 1 or 2 Domino's here, but yeah, I never tried them. Again, I've ordered pizzas from like, you know, those cheap ordering pizzerias. I've had pizzas at restaurants. I had pizzas in literal Venice and other parts of Italy. I've eaten New York style. I made pan pizza at home. I know how pizza tastes. I've even had pizza from the Turkish döner shop, and it's fucking delicious because they can actually make good pizza. Ironically, no, not ironically. Döner shops are like actually pretty tight when they do food, you know. The thing is just, I never had the, like, because like, if I go to eat fast food, it's like, You know, they're usually just two. Okay, so here's the thing. When it's about the whole thing of like, hey, you eat fast food. There are basically two scenarios where that happens. Either I'm just starving, I will not eat for hours, and I eat something small, and at that point, I'm gonna be honest with you here, it's either there's a bakery or there's a McDonald's. So I'm gonna get like basically a bun with something on it. Because that's A, cheap, and B, enough for the time being. Or, you know, long distance train ride. Again, I'm not gonna eat in hours. Maybe I grab something there, but the irony is I've never had like during those moments, I never ever had the urge to eat pizza for some reason. Because like, if here's the thing, Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, there's a big food court there. You can get a lot. There's like Mexican, there's like in Mexican KFC, there's also pizza, not, you know, a brand chain, ironically. They have pizza. I'm not even, when I walk past that, like, I would either catch something at the baker, and everything else also just looks better. Like, you know, I'm probably more in the mood for Subway than anything than pizza, which is weird. Because again, sometimes I really am in the mood for pizza, but pizza is something I rather, how should I put it? I rather have a nice pizza at a restaurant where it's chill, and I can sit down maybe with Begonia and just enjoy a pizza. That's why I want to eat pizza. Not somewhere else. Yeah, I have no idea if Domino's is like actually good. Like the I know Domino's is like one of the big pizza chains from the US that actually made it over here. And I think Pizza Hut is now actually disappearing. Like, I haven't had Pizza Hut in... Are there even Pizza Huts in Hamburg?
Yeah, no.
There's no...
The last one I had was in Poland.
Where?
Poland.
Poland. That's so weird.
It had too much cheese.
But you still ate it.
Of course.
Yeah, I think the only chain I know that is here is Domino's, and I know one day when Zep and Ruben visited, they got it, and they were both like, this is the worst Domino's they ever had, and I find it so funny, because like, I can tell, I've never had Domino's in my life, and...
You literally said you had.
I never had it, I had Pizza Hut. I haven't even seen Pizza Hut in years. That was my point. I've seen Domino's advertisements, but not Pizza Hut. Like, I don't even know if they're even in Germany around. But it's just like one of those companies where we all think they're still around, but they're not. But yeah, the two. So we have one like local pizzeria slash pizzeria slash sandwich shop where we order pizza if we really want to order pizza. And honestly, they're making pretty good New York style ones, I'd say. Or Smiley's. Smiley pizza is like just, it's a pizza, but it also just doesn't taste like a normal pizza. But it kind of is banging, you know? So, yeah, I know. Oh, we haven't had that in a while. Like, should we do a Domino's pizza testing stream one day? Just grabbing the smallest one they have and just being like, how bad is it? I think, I think the problem with fast food pizza, at least for me, is that, like, pizza inherently is fast food. I think we can all agree on that, right? So even if you just go to like a normal, like a small pizzeria around the corner, like a small shop, etc., they usually go, they might not make the best one, they're gonna make a solid one. So, because, the entry level to pizza is so low, you just basically get better quality from local, like a local small pizzeria or so, a takeout shop, than any of the big brands. Because I feel there is this whole, if you already are fast food, like there's a, you can make a really good pizza. That's a thing. Like that, like there are really good pizza restaurants, no question. But I think pizza itself has this I wouldn't say problem, but it's more like the entry level to a good pizza is so low that if you try to industrialize it, you will end up with like a below average pizza. Meaning, it's not really desirable to go there. Meanwhile, if you look at, for example, burger, fried chicken, they're fast food, but the entry level of making them is like if I compare, making a burger, like burger, fried chicken, and a pizza, or a sandwich at home. Like sandwich, that's actually kind of easy. I just need the ingredients and a good baguette, and slice it and do it, and bam, I have something better. But also that's just work, like getting all the stuff together. You don't have that usually together. That's why Subway and Co exist. Or bakeries, because that's just stuff that you don't have at home usually in those amounts that it's tasty. Burger? I can make a good burger, but it's again, I need a bunch of stuff. I need to, fry the patty, just get everything going, make sauces, etc. But I could make a good burger. Don't get me wrong, it's just more work. So at some point the whole, let's just grab something, even if it's just, meat and bun with some cheese, like McDonald's is, it's gonna be pretty good. And also, like, at least here, I think Burger King has gotten so good that, like, yeah, I would need a lot of work to be able to get there in terms of quality. And fried, okay, here's the thing. I make banger fried chicken. Whenever I make fried chicken, Agonia is happy. She loves my fried chicken. It's right, right? So you can confirm to chat I make good fried chicken and good chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Good. The thing is just what?
True.
The thing is just while I would say making that is not that hard. You still need to fry it, and yeah, like, listen, it's still the whole, you need to heat oil, you need to fry that, and it's a lot of work. That's the part where I'm also like, I wish I had a fryer. Where I could just, like dunk shit in and it works. Like, if I ever get rich and have my own home, I actually will install a fryer in the kitchen. Just so you know, getting shit fried is easier.
Now control more objectives. Defend all positions.
Yeah, it still works. But the thing with pizza? Making a solid pizza dough that is really nice. Either a pan style or, you know, a more traditional Neapolitan style, etc. Or, you know, New York style. That is easy. That is cheap. That doesn't even need a lot of work. Like, quite literally, a lot of time is just waiting. I can, like, just make a dough in, like, 10 minutes. In, you know, having, like, an actual kneading machine, I don't even need to do shit. I can just kick back. And, oh boy.
We need attack support on the marked objective.
I just wait. And then, oh, whoa, what's the next step? More waiting. And then it's like, okay, I'm getting a few things like salami, pepperoni. You can even buy that pre-sliced in some places. So, banger. Cheese, just buy grated. It's not the best, yeah, I know. That's why all the all the cooking videos rightfully say, yeah, grate your own cheese, but truly, no, you don't. You just buy the pre-grated cheese and enjoy life. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, getting actually a good pizza, like a good pizza done myself or ordered, no problem. So like, I think the big problem is if you live in a country or especially a region where you just can get relatively solid quality, not high quality, but solid quality pizza on the cheap and fast. Don't actually, well, you don't actually need to, well, go to Domino's, you know? That's the funny part. Oh well. But yeah, hey, if anyone is like, oh no, you need to taste shitty fast food pizza, I can set something up here. I have a camera set up. You can see the pizza from top that I don't cheat and I take a slice and I will not film myself biting into it, but you will see that I bite into it.
No, they won't.
Hey, no, they see the aftermath that I bit into it.
True.
But I will not reveal my face. Yeah, that is at least an offer if people find that interesting. We could actually combine that with doing some gunpla again, if I get my setup done.
Greasy gunpla.
Oh no, greasy gun. Yeah, listen, I have still an RX-78 chibi. I do want to assemble, so the Zaku isn't alone anymore. Okay, you know what? Let's put some breakthrough in for the final parts. But yeah, by the way, I don't know, when I will get, back to Resident Evil 9. Probably soon. I don't know, really. I do want, but I do want to finish the Insanity run. It's fun. I really want to just wrap this game up and be like, I have done everything in this game, and then, you know, the DLC comes, then I can wrap up everything in the DLC. And DLC probably, like, end of the year next year.
All units, we are under attack. Hold your ground until the enemy forces collapse. Be advised, enemy attack is underway on Bravo. Mark objective is under threat. Defend the position.
Message over here. Take what you can.
We have initiated our attack on Alpha.
Hey, so where are people now?
Enemy attack is underway on Bravo.
We have lost control of Bravo.
We need attack support to the marked objective.
I suck at this. Oh my god. I feel like in the late hours of the day, a lot of people who really you mostly get into servers nowadays than with people who really just played a lot of this game. Ah.
Be advised, enemies are attacking Bravo.
You talk so much about pizza that I want one now.
You want a pizza?
Yeah,
But we don't have pizza.
I know.
Do you want to order a pizza?
Yeah.
Can we still order pizza?
All the smileys, but it's
Look,
expensive.
look if listen, we still have some money up, and if we just both just get a small smileys, just tell me how long they still have open.
Oh, you need to log in now.
That would be stupid, and I don't think that.
Final sector is under attack. Stop the enemy here.
It's closed. No pizza.
How dare they?
But we still have some cheese in the fridge. I could make you some pizza myself. If you want that.
I was once. I wanted the sweet smiley pizza.
I can make mine sweet. Yeah, no,
Sweet tomato.
what?
Sweet tomato.
Yeah, I couldn't. I probably can't get that one. Sorry, there. You were too late with your hunger for smileys.
No, smileys was not exploitative enough for my hunger.
Honestly, smileys could actually operate after midnight if they wanted to, but whoa. They should, if you are a bigger pizza chain, the one thing you should do is like, maybe say, we have some service until like 3 a.m. I'm sorry. You never know when people are like, oh damn, I crave a pizza now.
Be advised, we have lost control of Alpha.
Attention! Objective Alpha is under enemy control.
Thanks. Thank you.
really like needing to use sniper rifles. Oh. Well, but yeah. Pizza is something you can just make actually very quickly yourself. Comparatively.
We're attempting to capture Bravo. We're attempting to capture Bravo.
Contact! Enemy vehicle located!
Close to failure. I need all units engaging now. Defend order received.
Oh god.
Alpha.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, so I kind of want to still talk about pizza, but I don't know.
Pizza is a highly histamine food.
That is actually true now that I think about it. You maybe should not eat that much pizza.
I know I shouldn't, but I want to.
You know what? That is actually very fair. I still want to tell you that it would not be a good idea. Just I care for you, you know?
What's the worst that could happen?
You collapse again. I need to call the emergency. You know? That happened once.
See, once.
Then again, I have no idea how much my how much making one would affect you now, but yeah.
Marked objective under threat. Defend the position.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. God. Well, that hit as much. I hope you enjoy watching me trying to get some long-range sniper kills in, but oh, I suck at this.
Be advised, hostiles are attacking. Hold them here and deplete their forces.
We need defensive support on the marked objective.
Da, 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 da. Okay. I could have revived him, but I guess not.
The enemy are attacking objective Alpha.
Hey, you know what? I'm like, okay, I lined this one up, but nope, nope, I did not. I'm just really bad with this, you know? And I hoped, oh, maybe I can get it done. No, I can't. By the way, there's still a poll in the Discord about what to stream during the pause of a Neo 3. This schedule is worse than Ghost Recon where long range shots are affected by... Oh, no, they are affected here as well. Like, Battlefield is the game of bullet drop. They have a lot of bullet drop in it. It's just, I suck. I really fucking... Probably in previous games this was worse, but like, oh... Yeah,
All units, we must recover the mission. Hostiles are close to victory.
They got a giant hit!
yeah, at least getting a bit of the assists in. So also my team was so bad that they just got overran. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Genuinely? Like, yeah. Sorry. Oh, that was, hello. Generally, I think I will probably do that outdoors privately, but yeah, do hope this was fun. Again, poll still on Discord. What is going to be done? As I said before, if there is an equilibrium, I will I will instead actually go and dig out an old abandonware game. So I will not say what it is. This is like the big one. Do you want to risk having a deadlock and me going for something you might not know but might be cool? Or do you want to say no, do Yakuza or Ace Combat 3? It's your decision. I think I just unlocked yeah. Oh yeah, Polish girl. That looks better. Apparently, apparently she drops a kurva from time to time. So I'm very excited to find out if that's true. We'll see that next time. And yeah, have a wonderful week out of you. Rest of the week. Tomorrow, Romeo's a dead man? Or wrap up Resident Evil 9. It could be one of both. Or both. No, it probably is just one. We have too much to do tomorrow. Wish Agonia luck. She has to go to the dentist. It's actually nothing. It's just a follow-up thing. Like, nothing is wrong. Don't worry. I just know people are scared of the dentist for some reason.
Depending on where you are, you might be scared for your money.
That is actually kind of fair. It's just, okay, you know, the funniest bit is that, at least from what I always, what I always gathered from dentists, they're, like, generally one of those kinds of doctors that really, at least here, take very seriously what they're doing. Like, there's always this, oh, it's the dentist. Like, they're generally like, no, take care of your teeth, fucking hell. Because, like, the stupidity is that so many countries, just generally everywhere, everyone thinks, oh, you can just, you know, keep your teeth in good order by just brushing them enough. And like, no, you can't. Depending on what teeth you have, you just can't. Like, for example, if your teeth are not in order, you will just have plaque at some point. Period. If you have something like braces, you will have plaque. Like, that's the funniest thing I got told. Like, I actually got braces when I grew up because I had really fucked up teeth. Okay, not I had fucked up teeth. I had basically, I have a very small lower jaw, you know? So they actually had to remove my fangs. I'm fangless. Yeah, sorry. They defanged me. Agonia.
I know.
So, you know, there was just more room for the rest of the teeth. And, you know, braces, and it just pulled them together, and still, my, the ones in the back, they still went off to the sides, but it's apparently not a big thing. Like, I actually got a x-ray. I had 2 x-rays, in February, for different parts of the body, because, you know, my dentist last week was just like, yeah, I still want to just check that for good measure, and turns out nothing's wrong. I have healthy teeth. But the thing I learned is, with braces, I switched, when I had braces, I switched schools, and also where, basically where I effectively lived, and so, like, where I went to, not, it's, I don't want, it's basically the people that do stuff like braces. It's not not the dentist does that here in Germany. It's a special one who also, like, do stuff with the jaw and all that. The thing is, the one where I was before, she always told me, oh, you're not brushing your teeth enough, you have so much plaque. And the other one was like, you have fucking braces. Obviously you have plaque. And, like, also my current doctor was like, yeah, you just have, like, a small, you know, wire behind your teeth. You have a plaque problem. Obviously. And I need that one, by the way. If I don't have that, my teeth will just start moving. So, yeah. That's the funniest bit, that generally, there are just, if a dentist tells you, oh, you have plaque, you didn't, shut up. You can have the most rigorous, routine ever, and you would still have plaque at some point. That's why you should, that's why everyone should actually go to the dentist every half year and get it removed. In, you know, civilized countries that is covered, but, like, so many countries don't cover that, because apparently it's just like, yeah, but if you just brush your teeth long enough, again, it doesn't work like that. It is kind of insane to think about how much dentists get vilified in media, and meanwhile, they are providing one of the most, like, quite literally society-changing service that we do not talk about enough. Like, again, to eat, to be able to eat is important. And people just have problems with teeth. I know they can be also just a lot of reasons, but like one of the main problems of just bad teeth is people don't go to the cannot go to the dentist regularly enough. And it would just like, again, just one visit per year would be enough to catch most problems. Twice, nothing will develop. Like, back when I got together with Agonia, one of the things I did after we got together was like, I guess we should start going to the dentist. And she was like, oh yeah, I guess. And so I started dragging her to the dentist regularly. Literally, on the first visit, she got told, yeah, you have a hole. It wasn't deep, but it was there. Ironically, I also had stuff surface level, but ironically not due to me fucking up. It was because my previous dentist fucked up. So yeah, so Agonia, got it removed, get a fresh seal, and thing is, I think you had like, I think one more time a hole in a place where just, again, depending on what kind of teeth you have, holes can just develop. It happens. It's not something, and Agonia is, we have a pretty, we take care of our teeth. It can just happen. But the thing is, because we go there regularly, it gets catched early. Because again, I think the fact that like teeth are so important, but humans genuinely, like, we just have 2 sets, and they're still kind of made to be just, they literally were made with redundancy. Like, that's by the way the idea of wisdom teeth. The wisdom teeth come out when you already maybe lost teeth, and they push the remaining teeth forward so the teeth align again.
And they're also shit teeth.
Wisdom teeth?
Yeah.
Kinda, but again, in older times when you didn't have good mouth hygiene, or they were basically the reserve teeth to write, like, for your last years in life, to write your teeth again. That was the fail-safe. Again, if your fail-safe didn't decide to just, turn itself 90 degrees to the side and grow out. Hi, those were mine. Yep, my wisdom teeth didn't want to grow upwards, they wanted to grow sideways. For some godforsaken reason. There's a reason they are not there anymore, because... What? Yeah, Agonia also was like, oh hey, you have wisdom teeth there, but again, because nowadays our mouths don't need the wisdom teeth to push them back in. Probably aside from some regions in the USA where people just can't go to the dentist, and this is still like the fail-safe. It's just like, it's still a thing. Anyway, the thing is more like wisdom teeth problem, but we catch it early. They were removed. No problems anymore. This is probably one of my most leftist standpoints of all time. I will keep saying that dentists need to be like a actually a basic amenity of society.
Basic human right.
Yeah, dentists should be a basic human right. I know this sounds weird because everyone's like, but we have like food, water, learning. Yes, I know, and still access to medical care includes your teeth.
Should.
Do you need to get a reminder how much of human society was once built around the fact that we just didn't have teeth anymore at some point, and now we can just make fake teeth, and we can even have our teeth for like literally so long that the teeth are like, mate, I need to go. buy. And they just grow themselves? But think about that. I think about how good we have it for that. How long we can eat food. How that expands our life expectancy. How that increases our resistances to diseases. That we can still eat food and don't need to puree it. Yeah. I don't know. Like literally free dentists everywhere for everyone. Available at train stations that free for everyone that go everywhere. And then you can still get your vaccine shot that makes you trans and autistic.
You had to throw that one in.
Yeah, this I cannot resist a shitty joke. There's gonna be some right-wing grifters like, this leftist just admitted that their vaccines make people trans and autistic, and I'm like, oh. God. I'm not even funny. Am I funny, chat, or not?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you're funny. That's at least my opinion, but I'm not Chad.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, you know, now that we actually listed up all the stuff that you should get near, that you should get for free near a free train service station. What is like, what are like leftist foods? And I don't mean the shitty, you know, neoliberal housewife. Oh, we're going to like the organic food. What?
Get to the point.
I mean, is döner leftist?
I don't know.
Are burgers leftist?
It's kind of multicultural. That's what tuna is.
I know that they're multicultural, and I know that like the döner and such is like, I'm just more like, you know, if you do like the whole leftist routine, like you get on a free train to get your free medical checkup, free dentist checkup, and free vaccines, what is the food you get?
I don't know. Waffles?
Why waffles?
I don't know. It just felt like it.
You're the most confusing one of them all. Like, but like, what would it be? Like, I don't know. My mood just said waffles.
I mean, do you know what a capitalistic food is, or right-wing food?
Okay, right-wing. Okay. Right-wing food is steak, but with ketchup. You know, in the like, it's just kind of like a steak that is really bloody with ketchup and just like.
I like that.
You never had steak with ketchup?
Yes, multiple times in my life. A lot.
Boy, howdy. 12 years, and now you're just confronting me with you have shit taste? Oh god. Like, you can have a pepper sauce.
I'm also eating with pepper sauce.
Or chutney.
I don't know
Which
what
which isn't like, I know everyone's probably like, what the fuck, chutney? Okay, it's kind of it's a fruit thing, but like fruits, kind of sweet food works with meat, so it also works with steak. Trust me on that, by the way.
Depends. Is it chunky?
Depends.
Okay, then it depends if I like it. I don't like chunky.
Yeah, I mean, some good, how's it called? Game, like, you know, wild meat. That's also usually eaten with some sort of confit or, you know, marmalade, basically.
I had it with a nut sauce.
Nut sauce it's also good, yeah. Are we going to do food crimes now here? I didn't say
I don't know if it was a food crime, but they had
I feel like
it was deer,
not
deer, and it was bloody with a nut sauce. Is that a food crime?
Probably not. Mushroom sauces are better though.
Probably.
Should I actually make you one again?
It tasted pretty mid, deer, so.
Yeah. I mean, then again, you like liver.
Yes, It's basically meat cake.
But you can't eat it anymore due to histamines.
I can eat it. I might just not like the aftermath of eating it.
God. See you all around. Again, tomorrow I will actually flip a coin if I want to do Romeo's a Dead Man or Resident Evil 9. We will see. See you all around. Bye!